Dun,
All
dun,
right.
dun.
Dun dun
As we
dun.
as we previously left you, our vivid viewer. Rawr.
Yes. So last time you guys discovered the secret hideaway of the Thieves Guild that has been plaguing the Minotaur slavers. Um, Encountered some stone guardians, dealt with them, not without some issue. But other than that, the rest of the trip was relatively pleasant. There was an accidental turning to stone of Arathius because the Lady of Coins didn't get her mask on time, for which she apologized profusely, and even gave you guys some basilisk oil that, should you encounter such a thing in the future, would help to eliminate that particular issue.
Yeah, I rather liked her.
Some discussion back and forth, and she is pledged her assistance while you're here in Mitros with whatever it is that you need to do. In exchange, she would like your help in dethroning her sister, uh, dethroning the current queen of the Amazons. She filled you in on a little bit of the Amazon history and how she and her sisters basically turned on the previous queen, killed a bunch of people in their sleep, seized control, and were cursed as a result. Of the three of them, the Lady of Coins is regretful, and she wishes to dethrone her sister and make amends to the Amazons. You haven't exactly decided how exactly that's going to go, what aid you can actually offer her, or anything of that nature, but at least a tentative alliance has been struck.
Yeah, I have to go there anyway. So
The other kind of thing on your plate is the queen um, has not so subtly indicated that the Temple of Lutheria needs to be punished for Sidon sending the storm that plagued Mitros before your arrival. She suggested looking in to see if there's anything that they are up to that could be persecuted as crimes as opposed to just kicking in the door and killing people, given the fact that they do provide almost all of the wine for the city, and as a result are generally well regarded. People know that they are, they're like a cult to a mad goddess, but they provide the wine. So
Hey, 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 perhaps, but cannot the same be said of all religion?
yeah, that is definitely a matter for the philosophers to debate, perhaps in the halls of the academy. Other than that, it's super early in the morning. It's like 2 a.m. by the time you're done everything, and you know that the great games start today, actually. In case you wanted to continue to pursue your idea of getting Helena to perform to spread tales of the gods to restore a little bit of their lost power.
I should probably sleep
hmm.
before I sing.
You should, and then steal great inspiration from Bruce Springsteen.
Hmm.
The
Uh,
gods take care of their own.
so, what would you guys like to do?
Sleep.
Hi ho, back to our rooms at the palace we go.
Probably makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, the city, even though it's the wee hours of the morning, there are still people out celebrating the fact that the games are happening. So it's not as crowded as it was during the daytime or the early evening, but there are still a wide variety of people on the streets.
Well, when any city gets sufficiently large enough, eventually you have night dwellers doing night dweller things because they need to be done.
Well,
Helena is
plus it's a festival atmosphere in the games today.
Helena is probably singing drunkenly, but still on key.
All right. So whereabouts are you guys going to secure rooms? Because I don't think you've actually stayed in any of the taverns here.
No, I've stayed in the palace.
All right.
Yeah, we had accommodations in the palace, if I wasn't quite mistaken.
Correct.
Yep.
The queen has offered to put you up.
Yeah, they weren't super awesome visiting emissaries, but they were still quarters in the palace.
Yep, we're willing to take the quarters.
Yep.
Perfect.
So long rest then, Chris?
Yes, you guys can hit the long rest button, refresh everything. And when you wake up in the morning, there is a hearty breakfast is provided for you. Various assorted fruits and figs and olives and wine and water and all of that. And as well, there is a note with your breakfast that says once you are ready, the queen would like to see you.
Well, let me get my face ready in case of impact.
Yeah.
I can't rule it out.
Helena
Well,
eats her fill.
we'll have to get you like a Doctor Doom mask.
Just call me Jacques Plante.
Yeah, the queen so far does seem far less temperamental than Pythor was.
Oh God, yeah. It's just I can never take the chance.
But better safe than sorry.
Precisely.
Yeah, she might just curse you or something.
Yeah, that I don't know if that would go that well. I mean, I'm not going to get special treatment out of my patrons, but at the same time, my patrons might just be like, "You're fucking kidding me, right?"
So you have breakfast, and they do bring, like, once they see the amount of food that Helena puts away, they do the servants do bring in some more. They're kind of astounded.
No, when we said bring a halfling worth of food, we didn't mean what a halfling would eat.
So yeah,
I'm she's part piranha, I think.
It's the wings, although I'm a siren, so maybe?
Air shark.
On my mother's side?
Possible.
but once you've had your breakfast, you can find the queen in her chambers. The guards will lead you there. She does basically dismiss the regular palace guard. She only has her own personal guard, who Deacon can tell these women all are definitely trained warriors, and it wouldn't surprise you if they were in fact Amazon warriors.
Gotcha. Be careful.
Yes. I trust things are going well in the city.
Well,
So
so
far.
far so good.
My understanding is that as a reward, my husband has gifted you with a map to the location of the Ultros.
I want to say yes, but I don't remember.
He did.
Okay.
The Ultros is the legendary ship of the Dragonlords.
Yes.
Yeah, with the skeleton crew. But
Oh,
We're gonna need that at some point.
My
Conan flashbacks.
my fear is that my husband, he's not generous by nature. I fear that he may be sending you to acquire the ship so that he can seize control of it upon your return.
Yeah, that's a dumb idea.
I don't believe anything good would come of that.
Well, we do need a boat for a future journey, so we're just going to have to play it by ear and be careful.
Certainly.
Didn't we have a vision about that one specifically, though?
You did, yes.
Yeah, that lovely time when we were all stoned.
Yep. If you were
You're
to
not?
Not
acquire this ship, let me know when you returned. Come to me rather than to him.
That does seem like a better idea. You do seem like the more sensible one.
fair enough.
I have many more years of experience than he
Too true.
did. It's bad enough that he's trying to reform the Dragonlords. I don't think anything beneficial would happen if he was to control the ship and have his dragons.
Well, the dragons seem sick.
He has had them artificially aged.
Oh, that's why they're sick.
Oh, that and the fact that they're not from the purest bloodline in. They're fucking dragons!
Yes, and that. As a dragon gets older, it becomes more powerful. The dragons that he has have the age, but not the intelligence and wisdom that goes with it. So what should be, and she looks at Arathius and kind of chooses the words carefully. What should be a intelligent and wise creature is little more than a mindless beast. It is unfortunate.
Well, I've met soldiers like that.
So, but I do wish you well. And should you be able to acquire the ship, I have a gift that will make your future journeys much easier.
No, we'll probably acquire the ship. That part's not really in doubt.
Excellent. Then I wish you well, heroes. Are you planning to partake in the games?
I'm gonna go try and sing if they'll let me.
Totally love to partake.
I don't think
Not
that
unless there's an eating competition.
there is not. Today are preliminary events, and then tomorrow is the great relay. If you were to take part and win, I'm sure that they would enable you to give a speech. But performing beforehand, I don't think is something that can be arranged.
There's no opening song.
The opening events have been planned for months.
Maybe you can caress them with your words after we win.
Maybe.
Well, we'll have to take a look at what the events are.
I'm just trying to help you guys get a little power back. Literally the whole reason I want to sing.
I understand it, and I'm appreciative. But at this juncture, there's little that can be done.
Fair enough.
So just try and win some events, get the chance to speak, and maybe make a song out of it.
There you go.
Pretty much.
Yes. And
unless I'm running for my life, I'm not so good at the physical stuff.
But you have one advantage the rest of us do not. You can fly.
Will I be allowed?
Depends on the event.
Well, my lady, we have much to think about and many options to ponder. Do you have any need of our group at this point?
I do not, but take this, and she gives you essentially a symbol of office.
Okay.
Should you require entrance into the games, this will serve as a token of sponsorship.
Oh, cool.
We realize that you have not had time to secure proper sponsorship from one of the taverns or businesses, but this should open the doors for you.
Thank you, my lady.
I'm sure sponsorship from the Queen herself would be rather sought after.
That's not something that I give lightly.
We'll do our best not to let you down.
Thank you. And then she will let you go on your way.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, the day is yours.
Well, we should probably go check out the games.
Indeed.
I will just consistently be kind of singing to myself the song that Kira and I came up with and just try and get it stuck in people's heads as we walk by.
Gotcha.
It's got a beat and you can dance to it.
Just give me a performance check.
Okay.
Okay, it's pretty catchy.
Oh, I think
Nothing a few castanets wouldn't fix.
I'm just wondering if actor would give me anything extra.
Not in this case, no.
Okay.
But you do catch, every once in a while you see a couple of people kind of like pick up on the tune and kind of like, smile, nod their heads.
I will intentionally throughout the day just continue doing that, trying to get it stuck in people's heads and as much as possible, like a bad radio play.
Everyone's getting rickrolled.
Yeah.
All right. So you make your way outside the city gates. Kind of up this winding path, up this this large mountain. Judging from the wide amount of grapes and crops that are grown on the sides of the mountains, largely due to the volcanic soil, there's no doubt in Agri's mind that this is a dormant volcano. This mountain just outside of Mitros. And as you start to make your way up the path, there's a throng of other people in line waiting to get in, and there's pennants and flags and people from some of the different city states. There's people from essentially all over the lands that have come here.
So essentially, we're in Sicily then.
Essentially, yes. And as you kind of as you get through the gates, you can see that the interior basin of the volcano has basically just been divided up into different fields, like just flat fields, and then stone seating has been carved all around the interior bowl.
Very cool.
Nice.
And as you kind of like you make your way in, find some seats to kind of get an idea as to what's going on. There is like an opening ceremony. The judge that's introduced you recognize as the Oracle, as Versi. And with her there are a couple of people wearing the robes of the Arcane Academy here in Mitros. Both of them wearing like these almost like bronze goggles. And they're basically going over Over the rules, there's like just dozens of running tracks and courts and stone benches and throngs of people and chanting and cheers. And there's a sign-in procedure if anybody wishes to take part in any of the events. It seems to be that each city-state sends athletes, but also individuals of renown are allowed to participate.
Do we want to sign up?
Well, we should probably know what the events are.
Sure, what the hell?
So as you're kind of like, kind of getting the lay of the land and looking at things, the general gist of things that you overhear is that for each event there are 3 medals. There's a bronze one for third, an adamantine one for second, and a mithril medal for first place. The story that they tell during the opening ceremonies is that the original competitors in the Great Games were the 5 gods themselves, and Pythor won every single medal. The different events. There is long jumping. There is javelin throwing. There is a 1,000-foot sprint. There is discus throwing. There is wrestling. There is boxing. And then tomorrow is the Great Relay, which is the most prestigious event of the entire games.
Yeah, guys, I feel like I wouldn't be any good at any of those.
Well, I'm sure there's at least one I can take a stab at.
Oh yeah, I feel like you and Agri are probably gonna do most of the game stuff.
I'm definitely down for the 1,000-foot sprint.
So to sign up for any particular event, it costs you 1 drachma.
Can you sign up for multiple?
You certainly can.
Well, I think
You know what? I'll sign up for both the throwing contests. Never hurt.
I look at Arathius and say, sure, I'm going to sign up for all of them.
I can be your cheerleader. It's
Nice.
about as good as I got.
Anyways, Deke is going to sign up for the 2 throwing events and the boxing.
Okay.
Chris, if I give them Bardic Inspiration dice on this, would it be cheating?
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. There's no way I've got advantage on that.
As you kind of look around, you do see that some of the athletes seem to be traveling with priests or mages, who
Yeah.
who are more than capable of perhaps enhancing them.
So no, it's not cheating then.
It seems to be that to some extent augmentation is allowed.
Okay. So I can literally be your cheerleader, guys.
There we go.
The other event that they have, which is new to this particular games, there is gladiatorial combat. Fight to the death against the Minotaur.
I really wish we had Anita here.
Or as I like to call it, Tuesday.
I think we'll be taking a pass on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to kill the poor slave.
Yeah, I'm still only signing up for the first couple.
I feel like I want to go over and boost the Minotaur.
Maybe we'll watch that event.
Yeah, there is, you can see that they do have the Minotaur in a cage, basically kind of displaying him before the fight.
Ugh.
So, people are like bringing their kids up, and if they get too close, the Minotaur like growls at them and rattles the cage.
Jeez.
So you're saying the game's run by Vince McMahon?
There's a healthy amount of showmanship involved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything that like destroys metal. Just gonna go up and like casually touch the cage and hope it disintegrates.
It was cursed by just you being there.
It
Yep.
was. Hey, if it was real life, that would be a thing. Because tech hates me.
So you guys can sign up for the events that you would like to sign up for. Agri is apparently signing up for everything.
Everything except for the gladiatorial combat against the Minotaur. If it's possible, I actually want to go visit him before he goes out.
Yeah, you can. Like I said, they kind of have him on display.
All right. Well, if anybody else wants to come with, I totally want to go visit the Minotaur.
I will come with. I will be probably floating slightly above the crowd, Chris, just because she's so tiny, she will get lost otherwise.
Yeah, I'll go too.
I guess I won't split the party.
Yay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys make your way kind of through the throng of people to this caged Minotaur, and he looks like there's definitely a fair bit of scarring on his body, but he looks fit and muscular. He doesn't look like he's been starved or anything.
It's not a fair fight if they starve them.
I look at him in the cage and say, "What is your name?"
I'm Bulbug.
Do you know what's in front of you, Bulbug?
They plan to send warriors against me in combat to sacrifice me to their god. They think that 5 is enough.
How much trouble will we get in if we just let him go?
It is breaking the law. I think Arathius actually mentioned this last time whenever he found the tablets, didn't he?
Yeah. I'm not against the concept of it, except for the fact that the moment we get found out, we will potentially become slaves. If not worse, because it is one of the few really big crimes around here.
Which is stupid.
Chris, is it going to be in about an hour that he's going into combat?
Probably pretty soon, yeah.
Okay. I look at him and say, "Come close, friend."
All right, he kind of leans forward.
I take my hand out and look at him and say, "Touch my hand, sir."
Okay, he looks confused, but he does.
I'm casting Enhance Ability, giving him Bear's Endurance.
All right.
It's only extra 5 hit points.
Well,
But it's better than nothing.
yep, for sure. So yeah, so as you do, he kind of like, looks at you, and then he kind of nods.
Good luck out there.
You too.
We can't break him out, but at least we can help.
So yeah, after 10 minutes or so, they announce that the first events are starting. So, Agri, you were signing up for the jumping contest.
Yep. Let's see how far this centaur can jump.
White centaurs can't jump.
I was literally thinking that because of my character does have a white centaur as a token.
I'm just thinking you're going to need a set of poles or a hedge across it to make it go.
So for the long jump, it's really basic. You can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score, and then you can make a athletics check to try to jump further. But if you fail that check, you will jump less.
Okay, so I'm going to make the athletics jump to jump further.
And the people that are taking part in this are, they're, some like town guard sort of people. Nobody like super athletic.
I will give Agri a Bardic Inspiration die.
Okay.
You automatically get a +4 if you use the die.
Do I have to declare it before or after?
You can do it after you roll, actually.
I'll take the 4 now.
Well, you roll, and then it's a minimum of 4.
Oh, sorry. Is it D6, D8?
That's a D8 now, I think, isn't it?
Yep.
Fitting.
Yep.
Okay, so what's Agri's strength?
It is 15, so +2.
Okay, so you can jump 15 feet. Plus, well, you failed the athletics check. So you get a good run, and you leap, and you cover a fair distance. You cover a good like 12 feet or so. But the other competitors are just slightly better. They managed to make a 13.
I was missing those poles.
You were. If you had something to jump over, maybe that would be better.
Yep.
Steeplechase.
Dressage.
So yeah, and basically you go through the trials, you don't quite qualify. You do notice that because each event has like a trial and then the actual event for the people that pass the trials. So the couple of like guards that beat you, they go into the trials. They get very roundly thumped by some of the city-state athletes.
Cool.
Yeah, there's like 1, 2. There's like 8 people from various city-states that have come in, including some from Arisia, which is normally kind of in an at-war stance, but during the games they're allowed to travel freely. A couple people from Astoria, and Amazon. One of the guys that you recognize as being part of the Order of Sidon. One of the men is actually a nymph.
Weird.
And one of the other ones, Deacon actually recognizes from his time spent in the military as Spyra, who's a soldier who's basically was injured about 5 years ago during the Arisian campaigns, but is kind of the crowd favorite.
Mm.
During kind of the downtime between the jumping event and other events, the call goes out for the Minotaur fight. And it is brutal. Like you see Bulbug and he's standing in the center of the ring. No weapons, just his horns. And given the size of the arena, he actually looks kind of small. Until the 5 soldiers, the 5 members of the Order of Sidon who come out to do what you understand to be largely it's supposed to be a very one-sided battle. This is meant as a sacrifice to Sidon, dressed up as a show. So they come out and they've got like their breastplates and their shields and their spears. Like they look like they mean business. Up until Bulbug grabs the first one, basically grabs his neck and grabs his ankles and pulls very hard.
Nice.
At which point these people, these Order of Sidon folks, think that maybe they're in over their head a little bit.
At which point Helena will cheer very loudly.
And yeah, there's like a silence that kind of falls over the crowd. Like they're not sure if they're supposed to cheer this or not. But when Helena starts, a lot of people, they just need one person to kind of start something and then they'll join in, but they don't want to be the initial one. So yeah, some cheers start. He gets stabbed a couple of times, but he seems to be surprisingly resilient.
When he gets stabbed, I boo the Order of Sidon.
When you do, people start paying attention to your particular little group. Kind of like marking who these folks might be. Most of them have their eyes fixated on the fight. And you kind of like, you see these people looking at you as you boo the Order Sidon, and you kind of turn your head back to the fight just in time to watch him like gore one of the soldiers through the chest with his horns. Like he backs up probably about a good 20-30 feet and just lowers his head and rams through one of the guys.
I'll just
Helen
yell
is going wild. Like
I'm going to yell out
football
a cheer that only Lady Lutheria herself could have predicted such a change from what was expected.
But yeah, he takes a bit of a beating, but he does seem to be very robust.
It's basically trying to change their script on us a little bit. Like we're cheering for it, but at the same time, we're just chaos.
Gotcha.
We are.
And maybe whispers in their mind that the Temple of Lutheria might have had something to do with it.
Gotcha. And yeah, like 5 against 1 was like, maybe that was a fair-ish fight. When he kills the first one, the odds tip a little bit into his favor. But by the time that there's only 2 of them left, like he's bleeding profusely. There's a bunch of his blood all over the ground. But there's also like 3 dead Order of Sidon people, and the 2 that are remaining are fairly quickly dispatched.
I watch his technique and see if there's things I could improve upon for him.
It looks like he's very, very skilled at using his body as a weapon. I mean, that includes his horns, obviously. But you've seen this sort of fighting style during your time in the Arisian campaigns. Folks who are just very, very skilled at using their hands, their feet, in this case, his hooves.
He's a barbarian.
No,
he's a monk.
He is a Minotaur monk.
Nice.
But yeah, he puts on quite a show. I mean, he does take quite a few lumps. And Agri, you're pretty sure that had you not helped him, things may have turned out differently.
Yep.
But as he kind of like grabs the last of these folks, and he's at that point like barely standing, but standing still. He kind of like seems to be scanning the crowds, looking. And since Helena and Arathius are making quite a show, he kind of pinpoints like who's basically cheering for him. And then he just kind of like tosses this guy in the air. Probably about a good 6 or 7 feet. Like this is like a 160-pound guy that he just throws in the air like nothing.
Nice.
And then just like as the guy lands, just kind of like steps onto him and then off of him. And you can hear the crunch of ribs as he brings like 280 pounds of Minotaur down on his chest.
At this point, Helena is just like losing it, cheering for him.
And then once it's over, more soldiers enter, and basically they don't attack him or anything, but they kind of like get ropes on him and everything, and you know that he's headed back to the cage. But this did not go the way that they anticipated. But there's enough people in the audience cheering as a result of Helena and Arathi kind of egging people on, that they're not going to just execute him in cold blood in front of everybody.
Survives
Yep.
another day.
Will of the people.
The next event up is the running event.
I look at the party. We need to free him somehow. They won't let him live after that. I don't know if we can just
Buy him.
Yeah.
Buy him. Yeah.
Yeah, as far as
I
you
don't
know,
think we have that kind of.
yeah, you'd have to check and see what the prices are for Minotaurs. But that is definitely an option. His price actually probably went up if they decide not to kill him. His price probably went up.
Yeah. Conversely, the Order of Sidon's going to want to buy him to make him a sacrifice, regardless.
Yeah.
All right. So the next up is the 1,000-foot race. I believe Agri is the only one that signed up for this.
Yep.
Hmm.
I wonder if the Lady of Coin would help us with that.
She did say that whatever you request, she would endeavor to do. And she has no love of the Minotaur trade.
Yes. So she may help us with freeing him. We should talk to her about that.
All right. So, Agri, I am going to need you to, first of all, roll initiative. That kind of determines how fast you are off the starting blocks.
No active
Chris.
combat.
Is the Minotaur still in a cage on display?
Yes.
Okay.
Just give me a dexterity check then.
I can give you a dex check if you want.
Yeah, because a dexterity check would be your initiative. All right, so the race starts. Agri pulls off with a strong lead. So basically, you have advantage on the next roll, which is an athletics check.
Thank heavens for that advantage.
Mm. Okay. So one of the guards is slightly ahead of you. One of them is slightly behind you. And as you come into the second stretch of the race, another athletics check. You are no longer in the lead. You are currently in second place. You don't have to make this roll if you're happy being in second place. But you can try to make the roll if you would like to try to take the lead.
Okay, just a sec here. Yep, I totally will.
Okay. Ooh. That is a great roll. All right. So with the surge of adrenaline, you pull into the lead. The others are starting to fall behind. So at the final stage,
Horsepower.
Yep. So one final athletics check. You have advantage on this because you're in the lead.
Oh,
Will a Bardic Inspiration help with that?
It might. Basically, whoever rolls highest gets first. Whoever gets second highest gets second. Whoever gets third highest gets
Throw a
third.
Bardic Inspiration on that. There
Yeah.
you go.
Brings it to a 13.
Hey, it helped.
All right. So Agri, you actually take second place in the running.
Woo!
So there is a ceremony. They kind of bring everybody out, and you do get an adamantine medal.
Yay.
Which incidentally, if you find a place to sell it, is worth about 500 gold.
Totally worth that 1 gold commitment.
It is, actually.
The next event is the Javelin Throwing, which I think Agri and Deacon and Arathias all signed up for.
Yay!
Ooh, we could run the table.
It's not what I meant to do. Sorry, guys. There we go. Just trying to keep track of my Bardic Inspiration.
Yep. So for the Javelin Throwing, basically you roll a d20 and you add either your athletics, your acrobatics, or your straight dex bonus, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
Athletics, acrobatics, or straight dex?
Yep.
Straight dex it is, because it's the same as my acrobatics.
Okay.
So I'll just hit acrobatics.
Yeah.
Oh man, if I had advantage.
Hey,
And
I probably could have done this one.
just as an important note for those, so you guys can kind of keep track, each competitor throws 3 javelins, so
Okay.
roll 3 times, and whichever one is your best roll is the one that counts.
Woo!
I'll wait for everyone else to finish.
Me and Agri are done.
Okay. Javelin. I'll be using athletics.
Suck that, Centaur.
Okay.
I'm +7 on athletics.
Ooh, sweet.
the two of us are competing against each other and the normal people.
Yep.
Wow, I can't believe that you had 2 in a row that it was the same roll, even though you don't have
Wow.
advantage, but it was the same for both.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, despite the fact that you're a master javelinier,
Hey, Deacon, throw a Bardic Inspiration on that.
just to show us up.
Just so you guys can get first, second, and third.
All right, well, I'll put it on the 19 then.
Yeah.
So it's a +4.
So it's a 4.
Cool. Let's run the table.
Oh, Hatria knocks our centaur off the chart,
She does.
That's
but it ties us for
disappointing.
second.
On the plus side, at least those weren't to hit rolls.
That is true.
I don't know. I feel like she looked at my face and threw them.
So yes,
Yeah,
so
one of the javelins accidentally loops around and catches Arathias in the face.
you guys do surprisingly well. It's just for the fact that that Hatria, this very athletic looking Amazonian, just launches that javelin, just barely edging out Agri by probably about 3 feet or so, and basically exactly right up with Arathias. So it's going to be one final throw for Arathias and Hatria to see
Oh damn!
who gets second and who gets third.
Tiebreaker.
Oh!
Ah,
He comes out throwing.
Nice.
Oh. So Arathias, you're gonna take a second and you kind of judge the wind, kind of look. You kind of like use your first javelin as the as kind of the marker And you're like, okay, I did it once. If it's fated to happen, it'll happen again. And you
Fates
launch.
guide my arm.
Yeah, and you launch, and it drops almost in the exact same spot as that first one. And hers falls just a little bit shy of that. And she looks at you, and at first there's a little bit of a scowl, and then she like looks at the distance, and then she kind of smiles and nods at you.
I'll smile and nod back with a little bit of a bow to it.
Yeah, you get the feeling that, you know, if they had both been shitty throws, she probably would have been, you know, perhaps angry. But the fact that they were both very, very good throws, and today she just lost, it seems like that's the sort of thing that she can accept.
Yeah, thank goodness.
I'll extend my hand to her in brotherhood, basically.
But again, another ceremony. They award the medals. So Deacon, you get a Mithril medal.
Cool.
Which again, if you find a place to sell it or whatever, is worth 1,000 gold. The Arathius, you get the adamantine one, and then she gets the bronze one. The discus throwing. It is essentially the exact same mechanics.
Cool.
So again, folks get 3 throws. Hatchery is not taking place in this. Spyra is...
Chris, silly question.
Yep.
Is it strength mod or strength save?
Strength mod. So it's either athletics, acrobatics, or just straight up dex bonus.
That's why I like having skill in athletics.
Yeah. Which means if you go into a rage, you do get advantage on it.
That was my question. Yeah.
Yep. If you angrily, if you angrily throw your discus.
Yep. I'm totally going to do that.
Arathius is a story of how the hell do you throw a discus? Oh, that's how.
You damn discus, you're so filthy, I hate you.
Well, that advantage, though. I mean, advantage didn't mean much.
All right, let me get it in here for my athletics.
Right now, we got Agri, me, and the Amazon. Oh, never mind.
Deacon, you and I tied. Oh, never mind.
Deacon. Now it's Deacon Agri Arathius.
All right. So it takes a little bit of warm up for Deacon, but then he gets the hang of it and he throws the discus.
Let's say warm up. Warm up knocked me in the third.
But yeah, if the distance, it's basically 3 times your result plus the base discus distance of 80. So that final discus from Deacon went like 155 feet.
Nice.
That is like, you know, halfway down the field. Like it's in the air so long that people like are collectively holding their breath as they watch.
It's in the air so long that I can go get a snack, come back, and then it finally lands.
And of course, Helena can be seen on the sideline cheering on her friends.
I mean, I do basically throw things for a living.
You do.
Yep.
Sometimes it's me.
Alrighty. The wrestling. So they kind of clear out the arena. Let me see. I think I actually have a scene for the arena. So yeah, the qualification for the wrestling. I need.
Well, considering we're playing a Greek amalgam, it's probably naked wrestling.
So Egri.
Yep.
As you make your way into this arena, at the other side, they lead in this very, very drunk-looking bear.
Get to have a bear fight. This is going to be awesome.
Can you use your druid powers and just turn into a bear?
I have not heard otherwise. So
Helena gets a bright idea and goes and checks.
Yeah, I won't transform for this, Chris. You don't have to look.
Okay.
Get it ready.
Alrighty.
Aw, I wanted to see a proper bear fight.
But it wouldn't be because I literally go dire wolf and chomp it.
All right. So this is it is a wrestling match.
Okay.
So it's basically all about pinning the other person. But we'll get some initiative rolled here. All right. Hagri is slightly faster than a drunk black bear.
Awesome.
Ooh, that'll be good in the tail.
All right.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. So you're up.
So what's for pinning? What would be this considered, Chris? Just like an unarmed strike, and you got to hit, or
it is actually to grapple somebody. It is an opposed athletics check.
oh,
So basically, you need to win 2 back-to-back opposed athletics checks to wrestle him to the ground.
Your rage helps with that, though, doesn't it?
yeah, it gives me bonuses to strength checks. All right. So Agri's going to totally pull the Hulk here and basically say, you know what, I'm always angry, as he looks back to the crowd, and you can see the rage turn on as he closes the distance with the bear and attempts an athletics check.
All right.
One sec. Ha!
Thank God for advantage.
So Agri starts like kind of frothing at the mouth and just charges across and like slams into the bear, and the bear kind of rears up on its hind legs. But you have successfully grappled it. So for its action, it is going to try to grapple you back. So again, athletics checks.
Oof.
I only got a 5, so it's in its, and you're close enough to it now. You can smell the honey wine on its breath. They basically deliberately got this bear drunk for this wrestling.
Nice.
It's like drunk ass Winnie the Pooh.
I was just thinking that. Yep.
But it does not successfully grapple you back. It is back around to you. So if you win this next grapple check, then you have successfully pinned it. It only gets a 9 because it is at disadvantage because it is drunk. Basically, it is poisoned. So you partially pin it, partially it just kind of falls over. Due to it.
Nice.
And even like before you can like completely complete the pin, you can hear it snoring.
Agri looks down at the bear and says, "You rest now."
Shh. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Pooh had a much less stressful life once he discovered how to ferment the honey.
But that does get you through the qualifying round.
Mm.
What do you have to wrestle in the real rounds?
It's other people that beat the bear.
Yes.
A non-drunken bear?
The drunk bear is the
Non-drunken bear.
qualifier.
So as your competitor for the third place medal, basically comes up. He's not wearing any armor, not wearing much of anything. Heavily tattooed, which is something that you rarely see. And the crowd immediately starts booing him. Deacon, you would recognize that this gentleman is from Arisia.
Ah,
Chris, rage wore off, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can't seem to turn it off. 1 second. Unless you already cleared it for me.
I think I already cleared it for you.
Cool. All right. Initiatives?
Yes. Oof. All right, Agri, you win.
Walking up, and this time I'm not ranging, but verbal somatic material component. Okay. So I walk up and mutter something under my breath and take a piece of fur out of my pocket
Okay.
as I am casting bull strength on myself.
Oof. Alrighty.
I'm not grappling him because I casted a spell.
Nobody expects the barbarian to be a druid, too.
Yeah. So yeah, you walk up and you can see, like, you can feel the kind of like that oxygen flow through your muscles as everything just kind of like just starts pumping through.
Yep.
For his action. So it is contested athletics. So you can make an athletics roll. You have advantage, but it doesn't matter. So yeah. He tries to grab you, and it seems like he relies more on speed than strength. As he kind of like darts around behind you, kind of like tries to grab you into like a Nelson or full Nelson, but not quite sure how to deal with like the extra legs, really. You're up.
And now I'll go for the pin.
Okay. Oof. He is surprisingly strong. His turn. Not so good on the offense, though. All right. So this is much more of like a back and forth give and take sort of match as opposed to the drunken bear.
Yep.
So you're up. Oh, that time you managed to grab him. For his action, he's actually going to try to slip out of your grasp. So athletics check. Oof.
Wow.
So yeah, you managed to grab onto him, and he basically just kind of twists. And as he does, it seems almost like he locks your arm into place just long enough for him to slip out of your grasp.
Slippy bugger.
You want my last inspiration?
Nope.
All right. One last roll.
You're fighting Rey Mysterio.
Actually, he's expected to retire this year.
Wouldn't be surprised.
So as he slips out, he basically gets around behind you and kind of uses your own weight against you and just kind of like tosses you down to the ground before you even have a chance to react. And he successfully pins you. So unfortunately, Agri does not come ahead in the wrestling.
Ruh, ruh.
Mana, meow.
Right. And the final event of the day is the boxing event.
Bum, bum, bum.
So this one is very simple. You have to knock your opponent unconscious.
Cool.
So Agri, your strength of the bear is still up.
Yep.
Strength of the bull. Again, much like the wrestling, another drunken bear. This one is named Smasher. But you see that this one, they basically outfitted like these like bronze coverings over his claws.
Okay. So it'll be bludgeoning instead of slashing.
Exactly.
All right, so just roll athletics in this situation, or do I just roll strength directly?
It would be roll it like a strength save because it would be you would get your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like an actual like combat-y type thing.
Yep.
So initiative.
Oh, the bear got it first.
Bear cannot quite get to you. So he does charge all the way up to you. Clump, 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 clump. Across. And you're up.
Twack.
An 11 does in fact hit a bear. So your damage is going to be basically 1 plus your strength modifier. So you whack the bear. He roars in pain. But only rolls a 7.
Not high enough.
All right, Agri, you're up. 9 is not enough to hit a bear. And now that he's up close, you can see that they seem to have like basically closed his jaw so he can't bite you.
Thank heavens for that too.
We believe a 12 misses you as well.
Yep.
Okay. You're up. These combats would be much quicker, except Josh does not roll well.
Yeah. Be nice.
A 14.
Ties.
So that's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And a concentration check. Okay, you're good.
Cool.
You're up.
Like you were saying, Chris.
All right.
I think you need to rage again.
I'm out.
Oh.
That is another 7.
How are you out? We long rested. You only raged once.
I can only rage twice.
Wow.
I'm Druid
Yeah.
by heart, Barbarian secondary.
Yeah. So that's another 7 damage.
Yep, 22.
All right. Agri, you're up. Ooh, that's a hit.
And 3.
Yeah, it seems like punching the bear is not super effective.
Probably because it's so full of fur and fat.
Probably. 13, so the bear swings at you, but you manage to duck under it. Oh, another 8.
You just keep going.
I yell out to Helena, if I change forms, is it illegal?
I quickly asked the nearest judge.
I don't know. Him and he kind of thinks for a second. No, it's fine.
Judge says it's okay.
Camera pans to like the bunch of us in the crowd. Each of us holds up our thumbs up one at a time. Dramatically, Helena holds off for a moment,
Yeah.
like the Chuck Norris scene in Dodgeball.
Oh, there you go. All right. So what are you turning into?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn into. Actually, I think my dire wolf doesn't have much of a strength check. So, anything else, Chris? If my dire wolf's got more than the +2 to strength, I'll change into that.
I'm just trying to see. I thought I had made a wild shape thing. Oh, I did. There it is. Direwolf actually has a 17 strength.
Yep, we'll do that.
Okay.
Finish him.
Yeah, just see this poor centaur getting the shit kicked out of him, and then.
Right. So yeah, when you turn into your direwolf form, the crowd's like, ah! They've never seen such a thing before.
Spectacle.
And that's a bonus action for you, so you can still attack.
All right, let me just get the right sheet.
Helena is singing your praises. You will be a hero after this shit.
Not if the dice aren't nice.
I feel like I'm your guys' PR manager at this.
Was a direwolf now? You should be able to under inventory. You should be able to just like click on bite.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go.
So yeah, that seems way more effective. And actually knocks the bear to the ground. The bear kind of like staggers. Oh yeah, great.
The bear is probably very confused because it was fighting a centaur 2 seconds ago.
The bear is very confused. Just kind of like lashes out with its claws, relatively ineffectively.
Can I take it out?
Yeah. So with that, you can basically just because you're wild chipped and not polymorphed, you still retain your own mental facilities. So you can render the bear unconscious without killing it.
Yep.
But yes, after seeing this though, the other competitors in the boxing match are like, we're good.
We quit.
Yeah, they're fine with beating up drunken bears or beating up each other, but none of them really want to get in the ring with somebody obviously blessed by the gods with this shape-shifting ability. This is something that is outside of their worldview. And they're like, yeah, no, we're good.
So this means I don't have an opponent?
Did Deacon
Unless you
sign
want
up?
to fight Agri.
Did Deacon sign up for the boxing as well?
Yep.
Perfect. So it would be you against Agri.
Interesting.
I will actually shift back down. If I see Deacon arrive on the floor, I'll actually shift back down.
Because it's not fair against a person.
Exactly. I don't mind screwing with the locals, but yeah, Deacon's my friend. I want this to be fair.
I extend my hand in friendship.
I gladly shake it.
All right. So yeah, as the only two competitors, essentially whoever wins this will get will get first place, and whoever loses this will get second place.
Yeah, bragging right.
Does the bear get third?
The unconscious bear gets third.
Well, the rest of them withdrew, so yeah, give them a
All right. So you guys can roll initiative. All right. Deacon, you are up first.
Okie dokie. Athletics?
No, it's actually it would be a melee attack.
Oh, okay. So attack melee.
Bare-fisted? Or weapon?
Barefisted.
All right. Well, how do I make that work on the sheet?
Just you can do it as actually any of your attacks should work because I don't think you have any magical items.
Well, just the mithril Zyphus.
Yeah, don't use that. Use like roll for like your hand axe would probably do the trick.
All right, we'll do that then. So I attack twice.
Yep.
Because he's faster.
It doesn't do 8 damage. It only does 1 plus your strength bonus, which is I think 4. So he rocks you for 5 damage on that first hit.
Okay. Actually, don't think my concentration's still up after going into wild shape.
It is actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a weird thing with druids is you don't lose concentration. You can't cast any new spells, but any concentration spells are still up.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And your hit points would have like refreshed because it was just bludgeoning damage. But that first hit rocks you for 5, and then a second hit.
So, sorry, Chris, was I back to full or was I at my previous?
Yeah, no, you would have been back to full.
Okay.
I'm going to just switch over to using the spear because apparently it thinks I have a limited number of hand axes.
Gotcha. All right. So 5 and 5.
And there goes the enhance ability.
Yeah. So Deacon just like comes up to you and just like before you even get like your hands up to defend yourself or anything, just like whack, and I mean, you've fought beside Deacon, but this is the first time really seeing just how physically fit and strong he is. But Agri, you're up.
So yeah, same thing. I'll just attack with my scimitar, but obviously damage is different.
Yeah.
I promise not to use the action surge.
I appreciate it. I still have wild shape, but I don't want to either.
Helena looks very concerned on the sideline. She does not like this fight.
So that's 3.
Okay. And then back around to Deacon.
Alrighty.
So Agri connects fairly solidly.
Yep.
Ow.
It wasn't with advantage, so you don't have to worry about the crit.
Yay.
But that is another 5. Oh, and a miss. So yeah, you kind of reel back from that first hit, and then the second one goes wide. And then 19, I think, actually misses Deacon.
My AC's 20.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, You swing wide, and it just like glances off between the fact that he's got his mithril armor on and that ring from his family. It just like glides off, like you don't even touch him. Back around to Deacon.
Back at it again.
Miss. Definitely
Yep.
hit.
So that's another 5.
And at this point, Agri like basically does the whole "okay, I give."
Throw in the towel. Throw in the towel.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, the crowd, they're kind of on the edge of their seats. They're waiting for you to turn into an animal again, and then when you don't,
Yeah, I'm sure there's some booze.
I extend my hand, help Agri off the floor.
At that, there is a cheer kind of erupts, a spontaneous cheer, because for the most part, these people recognize that the games are all about sportsmanship and friendship and the like.
Yep. Agri definitely takes Deacon's hand and stands back up.
And with that,
Let's go
everything.
get you some ice.
So go ahead.
Oh, I said, well, let's go get you some ice.
And as the two of you kind of like walk up the arena, there are cheers, and it just kind of devolves into that kind of celebratory thing as the first day of the games are over. Medals are awarded. There is no medal for the bear, but Deacon adds another mithril medal to his collection, and Agri adds another adamantine one to his collection. And at this point, for Arathius and Helena, since you guys are still in the crowd, people have noticed this kind of display of athleticism. A couple of people are like, "Oh, are they your friends? How you know them? Or, and I saw that they, you were with them earlier."
Why, yes. We are what is it they call us again?
Heroes of the Heartland.
Yeah, that's us.
Oh, I've heard of you.
Yeah,
Can we buy you a drink?
absolutely.
Yeah. And there's basically a general feeling, like, even though the Order of Sidon tried to kind of tainted the games with that potential sacrifice of the Minotaur, there is kind of a good-natured celebratory vibe going on. People are congratulating Arathius on his medals, and Deacon, and everybody that won medals. They're congratulating them. There's free feast foods and wine flows, and generally a good-natured atmosphere.
I'm singing again.
Perfect.
Hey, Agri,
Ugh.
do you think we can afford to buy the Minotaur now?
You totally just took that right out of my head. I was planning on trading one of my medals.
Ding ding. Let's get it done.
Hey,
Hey, let's go see if we can find our dear bugbear or bugglebee, or anyway, yeah, starts with a B.
Ballbug.
Ballbug.
Okay.
We go off to find Ballbug.
All right. So yeah, he is once again on display, and you can see that, now that he's not being led into sacrifice, the purveyor of the Minotaurs, or the middleman at the very least, is there, and he seems to be charging people to see him, much like you would at a freak show or a zoo exhibit. It's like, hey, if you want to see him, it's going to be 2 drachma.
Actually, we
Arena
would like
champion.
to purchase this fine specimen.
Well, I'm not entirely sure he's for sale.
I'm sure you could come up with a price for us.
Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Well, I mean, he is a arena champion.
We noticed, and he did such a lovely job.
That'll be if he was for sale.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that he is. We would call that. Let's call that 250 stater. So 250 gold.
Do you have any other Minotaurs in your possession?
Not now. Maximus has got him back at the merchant at the market. We're not really expecting to make any sales here. But what Maximus doesn't know doesn't as far as Maximus needs to know, he escaped or something.
Of course, sure.
All right.
Agri digs out of his pocket.
I will suddenly look back at the party and be like, are we doing this? Do you want me to bargain, or are we just paying the man? Without saying that.
Agri's digging in his pocket already.
Okay.
Chris, since I didn't see the items in my inventory for the kits, I'm going to be using this instead.
Okay.
So yeah, I take out 250 Stratter, was it?
Yep.
So yeah, put it into a bag, keeping the other 22 in my pocket, and say, cash deal.
All right.
No take backsies.
And proof of ownership.
Yeah, I've got the oath of service here someplace. And he reaches in the pouch and he pulls out. It's very similar when you guys freed the Forge Keeper. And there was those cone clay tablets that basically were the Forge Keeper's oath of service. And when you broke those, they were freed. So what he hands you is essentially like a vellum scroll that indicates that Bulbug owes an oath of service to the bearer of this parchment.
Okay.
Excellent.
But when you look at it, especially assuming you show it to the party, Arathius, with your 19 intelligence, it's very, very broad. It seems to be like how they get around the illegality of the Minotaur slave trade is with these kind of forced oaths of service. But most oaths of service are like, I will serve you for a year and a day, or I will serve you for a turn of the moon or whatever. But there doesn't seem to be any of that language in this oath. So as best as you can tell, this individual Minotaur ended up owing somebody, probably like 30 or 40 stater, like not a handsome sum by any stretch, and as a result was pressed into slavery for the rest of his life.
God, that's important.
Can we
Yes.
use the legality of the contract to get around them, break them?
You only know what Bulbug says. And Arathius, with your 19 touches, it dawns on you that it's entirely possible that maybe Bulbug doesn't actually read common. So he wouldn't actually know what he was signing.
Ooh.
Oh, it's even. Oh,
Yeah, it's
the more I hear,
yeah, just when you think it's bad, it's like an onion of badness.
Yum. So yeah, he passes the 250 gold and takes the contract.
Yeah, and he opens up the cage and says, "You're his now."
Good job out there, friend.
Thank you.
Are you injured?
Helena extends her hand out to him.
I'll recover. And you can see he does have like a bunch of like piercing marks from spears and the like.
As we walk away, I'll grab his hand and start singing, and I will cure his wounds as I sing.
Okay.
And now that we've got our lovely Minotaur friend with us, yeah, now we'll totally go party for the rest of the evening if people's
Yeah.
interested.
Okay.
And I will look at the rest of the party and say, once we're done here, we'll disband the out. But I think as long as he's in the city with us, it's probably in his best interest that he's still under oath.
Oh, absolutely. With the terms on this, yeah, he probably owed someone just a pittance.
I look at Balbug. Are you okay with that?
I have sworn to uphold my oath.
Do you even know what this says?
It says that I owe service to the person who holds it.
Yeah, but you know the terms of your service?
I was told it was until my debt was paid.
Oh, wow. Based on the money he made from just probably the bets today alone, your debt's been paid off several hundred times.
That is for, and he gestures to Agri, that is for him to decide.
Well, friend, stay with us for now, and once we leave this city, you're more than welcome to go your own way.
He kind of nods, like there's kind of almost like a resignation to it, like, you know, you get the feeling that maybe he's been told this story before.
What about bringing him to our lady friend that seems to have freedom in mind for Minotaurs?
Mm,
I don't trust her enough.
She likes to take advantage of their gratitude almost as much as the slavers.
Yep.
Fair.
Let's not recollect on this evening. We won, and he holds up his medals.
The ones he has left. Oh, no, use cash.
I used cash. I didn't use my medals.
All right. So during the evening and into the wee hours of the morning, is there anything that folks would like to do as part of their celebration?
Probably gonna go check out the brothel again. Because Helen is a sucker for punishment and get as drunk as she can.
God, you can get all that here. You can get all that anywhere without going back to the place that's going to make fun of you.
True. This is true. I don't like them. They're mean. I don't know why they're so mean.
Well, I'll accompany you in your journey.
Good, because I'm probably gonna get trashed.
And you're easy enough to carry home.
Yay! Ballbug, do you want to come drink with me?
He looks to Agri. He's like, I am with him.
Sure, let's go get smashed.
Okay.
Rathius.
I
Food and drink
suppose.
hurt anyone.
Well, it all depends on what you're expecting.
Yay! My friends want to drink with me.
Right. Is there anything in particular folks want to accomplish, or is it just montage scene of hitting up the different taverns and stuff?
Mostly that. I am still singing my God's song. Trying
Pub
to
crawl.
basically be an earworm. And even drunk, she still sings it relatively well.
Okay.
Agri's going to try and see if he can sell one of these medals.
At least wait till the games are over.
Psh.
I will hang on to mine at present.
I've never had accolades before, so I'll hang on to mine.
I didn't get any medals.
Well, they're a good, simple way to have coin at your beck.
All right. And you guys do notice as you go to these different taverns during your pub crawl through Mitros, with the medals, you don't pay for anything.
Yeah, Deacon will stay sober.
Okay.
I will drink your drinks for you.
Yep. Let the others have all the fun, but I will be the sober guard.
Perfect.
Aw, you're a designated driver.
Our designated spear driver.
Designated don't see the folks get fucked over guy.
Yeah.
All right. Agri, give me a let's call it investigation to find somebody capable of turning your metal into coin for you. Yeah, you kind of ask around. Folks are like, I've seen fake medals before. Oh, that looks great, but I don't have that type of coin on me. Come back in a couple of days. I'll see what I can do.
Through his thought process, Agri's like, "Wait, Lady of Coins."
But yeah, you can't find anybody that's willing to part with enough coin to make it worth it.
Okay.
Unless you're willing to let it go at a steep.
Yeah, no.
The rest of you though can roll me a D12.
Ouch.
All right.
7 out of 12. That's not bad. It's better than most of my rolls in a lot of these games.
So out of during your night of tavern crawling, you do manage to pick up a few things here and there. There is talk that that Pythor, god of battle, king of Astoria, has apparently abdicated his throne, and his daughter is ruling now.
Oh, thank gods.
And then no one knows where exactly he's gone.
Hmm.
I wonder if he went to stay with his father.
So that's what Deacon and Helena kind of pick up in the general chatter. Arathia, you have heard that Oriad named Akoa or Echo is calling for a war with Aresia again. This would be the 4th or 5th or 6th time there's been a war with Aresia. Always at their call. Every time there's been an Aresian campaign, this Oriad named Echo, who is some political figure, has been the one pushing for a war with them.
Oh my god.
For
That guy's gotta go.
yeah, the general consensus is that the legends / history is that Aresia stole their lover and they're trying to get them back, and are like, they won't give them back, we need to go to war. And eventually the various kings like Cassius and Pythor and stuff kind of say, okay, you know what, we're tired of hearing this, let's just go.
Oh my fuck, it's Troy.
Yeah.
It's worse than Troy because they keep just pushing it.
Yeah. So yeah, so the rumblings are starting to make their rounds again. That another war with Arisia is in the future.
Ugh.
God, I not even as an ignoring the Avarisia part of my name. I just want to get rid of that guy so bad. Such a warmonger.
Can we like? Is there anything we can do about that?
Wow, murder hobo. Talk to the queen.
Oh, hey, Chris, has there been any word on the item creation from our Vulcan?
That will be arriving in the morning.
Sweet.
Vulcan's delivery service.
Well, I mean, there's the shield that needed to be fixed to go with the battle axe and the armor for Sophia, and I had wanted a mithrily based shield and a spearhead.
So right and early in the morning, everybody who deliberately set out to get really, really drunk can give me a Constitution save.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fine.
I totally vomit.
All right, so Helena, for the morning at least, you're considered to be poisoned. So
Okay.
Disadvantage in all ability checks.
Okay.
Assuming we had a long rest.
But yes, it does count as a long rest. Eventually, you're gonna have a streak where you roll really well, and it's gonna be godly.
Really though, honest.
I mean, I still think the worst roll I've seen was in. I've had it happen in both Fallout and Conan, where somebody rolled multiple complications and then re-rolled and still had multiple complications.
Hey, Chris, can I cast Lesser Restoration on myself
You sure
to cure
can.
my hangover?
You sure can.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on myself to cure my hangover.
Wow.
Yep.
And if I see Erasius is in the same condition, I will do the same.
Okay.
There you go, buddy.
You don't get a hangover when you have healers.
Perfect. So yeah, so you wake up in the morning. It is it is so bright for some of you. Helena as a bard, just like, oh, okay, wait. Okay, center myself, calm myself. And
Sing a little ditty in the shower.
yeah. Agri will come over and let the healing energy kind of like push back the spins and the headache from Arathius.
Deacon's been up since pretty much the crack at dawn, has already gone out for a nice run, had a little light breakfast, and is waiting for everyone else.
You know I hate warning people, right?
Soldier.
And when you get up, you notice that Bulbug is already up as well, just kind of sitting there patiently.
Mm-hmm.
Come eat, dude.
So with breakfast, again, this time they are prepared, and they send out the extra food all at the same time.
Well, they probably have a hungry Minotaur too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they haven't prepared for Bullfuck.
Yeah. But yes, he gives Helena a run for her money in terms of, and yeah, the feeling that he's probably been subsisting on substandard food for quite a while.
Mm.
And this is castle fare?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're eating well.
This is not what I expected. So
Good.
Stick
we
with
keep
us,
our
kid.
word.
I mean, I have been many places, but this is. Thank you.
No worries.
I would
Like I
like to
said-
think that we have a vested interest in seeing folks not be in slavery.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He hasn't met Sophia yet.
Mm. We count one of yours as a member of our group. She is a great, great person.
Yes. Also, he's the only human, technically. So.
Well, I have no particular hatred of humans, so.
Yes. Well, that's a point that's not lost on me either. I just find it humorous.
It does amuse me greatly.
Well, from my perspective, it looks like this. It looks like we have several different peoples getting together to fulfill the prophecy and to do great good. I mean, that sounds particularly wonderful.
Hey, dude, I'm the bard.
I'm just saying that at this point in time, a soldier's lot is really depends on who they are with. And if you can trust the people you're with and fight with the people that you're with and come out on top, then that's what life is great.
Oh yeah, I mean we've kicked ass a few times, more than once.
We're doing well.
Speaking of, we're going to do it again. Isn't today the big
Relay?
thing?
Yes, it is.
Today is the Great Relay.
Just exactly what is the relay? When I hear relay, I'm thinking it's a running event, but
Alrighty. The Great Relay. And Bulbob can actually fill you in on this.
cool.
It is a multiple. It is multiple events. It is the epitome of athleticism. It is you're not wrong. There is a run. Then there is the swimming. Then there is the climbing. Then there is the dash across the coals. And then there is the final leg of the race, where you must contend with the harpies.
Hmm.
Um,
Love those things.
winning the Great Relay is a tremendous honor.
Well, finished as in combat. That's interesting.
No, it is, as you said, it is primarily a race. So it depends on who is best at running and climbing, swimming.
Yeah, but
Could
then
I
there's the
like
harp,
fly up
right?
the cliff?
If you have a team arcanist or priest who is capable of granting you such powers, that is allowed.
Oh, it's not a power, and then she extends her wings.
Yes, it's all natural.
Then I see no reason why it would be disallowed.
Or as natural as curses from the gods get.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about that.
To my understanding, using a team is allowed to have their own team members assist them, but to interfere with another team would be considered cheating and dishonorable.
So we can buff but not debuff.
I do not know what those words mean.
Sorry, it means I can
Bolster,
cast
not
spells on
hinder.
my team to make them better, but I could not cast a spell on another team to hinder them.
Correct. It is my understanding that most such magics are limited. I don't see anyone calling on the power of the gods or the titans to any great extent. I believe, and again, he gestures to Agri. That is the first time we've seen anyone capable of changing their form. That is more powerful magic than what they're used to seeing.
Well, I'm glad we put on a good show at least.
We always do.
I have no doubt people are already talking of it.
Excellent.
It is uncommon for people to win multiple medals during the preliminary events. Although the stories are that Pythor himself won every event when he participated.
Well, we are the heroes of the Hearthlands after all.
Then I am pleased to be associated.
You are cool people.
Well, I am in your debt.
Well, we respect you, and if you want to feel that way, there is nothing we can do about that. But we are just happy to help.
It is, if it was not for, and again he gestures to Agri because he doesn't know anybody's name. If it was not for this individual, I do not think I would have fared as well in the arena battle.
Agris
should
does
probably-
have a deft touch.
Yes, he does. We should probably introduce yourselves. My name is Helena. This is Agri. And this is Arathius.
Of Aricia.
Yeah. And
Deacon.
this is Deacon. Sorry, I'm still a little drunk.
Deacon Frost.
Yes.
I am Bulbug.
It is very nice to meet you, Bulbug.
Where are you originally from?
I am from the north. Many of my people are from the colder areas to the north.
Would you like to go back there?
Eventually. Although my living conditions were not necessarily the best, I have seen things that my people would never have seen before. I don't know if I could go back.
That's fair.
Saw the big city lights.
I've seen that there is more to life than the simple lives that they lead.
And there is that.
But perhaps when I am ready to stop wandering, I have a place to go to.
Well, this world has a lot to offer. So you can do basically whatever you want.
I am hopeful for the opportunity.
Well, you may find out that you have some hidden talents. It's all good. No one really knows their fate in life, apparently, except for us.
We don't really know it. We just keep disproving everybody's beliefs that we're going to die.
Tempting it.
Yeah.
Well, we just follow the threads of fate to wherever they take us, but those fates do seem to be somewhat lined up.
Or pissed off, depending on who you talk to.
Outhouse rest break.
What would you guys like to do today?
Do we want to go check out the relay?
When does the relay start?
The relay starts at noon.
So, how many hours do we have before the relay starts?
Probably about 4.
Cool.
Oh, I can get a good buzz on by then.
You're taking part in the relay.
But-
We need you for the climbing. Come on.
Fine.
Is it separate events that one person then does, or is it a team effort all the way through?
It is a team effort. It is
Damn
it
it.
is a team of 5.
Oh, so it isn't like one person does the running, another person does swimming. It's everybody.
No, one person does the first run, one person does the swim. You basically have
Okay.
to. So the first person doing the run has to tag the next person to do the swim, who has to tag the person to do the climb.
With Sophia not here, we need help.
Well, we do seem to have a fifth right here at the table.
If he's okay with that.
I'm sworn to service.
Yeah, but you still have an option, right, Egri?
Definitely. However, like you said, you may want to you may want to participate in the relay because there's a lot of I don't know the right proper word here, but
Honor?
honor, yeah,
But it's
And
still up to
money.
you.
and money. But yes, to the point of Helena, it's your choice.
I would be honored to join you for the relay.
Cool.
Thank you. There we go.
You guys are gonna make me work.
Well, it's probably we should figure out who should be doing what segments.
Yeah, I think climbing wise, we're probably best with the one that can fly.
That certainly does seem like a good plan.
And Bullbug, correct me if I'm wrong, you're probably pretty good at swimming or running.
I am good at both.
All right. Well, Angry, you run fairly well, so you might as well take the running segment.
I can.
Unless
And I
Rathius figures he might be better.
Yeah, and I can bolster to anybody that wants to deal with that lovely final leg.
I also can.
Well, the Harpy thing sounds like it could potentially be, I don't know, almost combat oriented, so I would be inclined to take that.
Okay.
So that leaves Arathius running over hot coals?
I'm pretty sure he can probably make himself fire resistant.
Can he? I didn't know that was a thing he could do.
Well, he's a caster, so I'm just assuming there's something in the wheelhouse that might help him out.
Just as a reminder, the Dragon Slayer armor that Arathius was gifted does confer fire resistance.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, running over hot coals is totally Arathius' deal.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
it's set.
in that case, it sounds like we have the segment set.
So only light booze then.
Booze after we win. And remember, you gotta not slur your speech.
Oh, I hate you.
If you
You're
want the
welcome.
opportunity to speak to the masses, winning the relay is the best way to do it.
This is true.
Whole reason why we won all these lovely medals.
No, it's not. You won them for the money.
Afterthought, okay?
It's a bonus.
You won them because being the heroes of the Heartland doesn't pay well.
Well, someone just paid 250 gold out of pocket. I'm just saying.
True. Only after we visited the Lady of Coin, who, after we told her, heroing doesn't pay well, paid us.
Fair.
All right. So is there anything you guys would like to do prior to the Great Relay?
Just waiting for delivery.
Yep.
I'm going to ask Bulbug in the most sensitive way possible if he would like to learn how to read scrolls.
I can read. I just don't understand the written version of the common tongue.
Okay.
I believe that would take me some time.
What
How long
can you
can I
read?
I can read the language of giants. Our language is similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely, in order to walk through the world as it is now, you're going to definitely have to learn how to read the common tongue.
I can teach you.
I would appreciate that.
Okay. And I will start attempting to teach him how to read the common tongue. And if necessary, I will use tongues to be able to translate back and forth between the common tongue and the language he speaks. Or language
Okay.
he reads, rather, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. Is anybody else doing anything particular before, other than waiting around for the delivery from Vulcan?
Not really. Just point, do some calisthenics, get warmed up, stretch a bit, that kind of good stuff. Find out more information about the last phase.
Give me a let's call this a investigation check. So you're kind of like asking around to kind of get more information on the relay.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So the Great Relay, it is the signature event of the games. The winners are crowned by King Augustus himself as the greatest athletes in all of Thylia. So there's a ceremony, there's celebration, but the actual challenges change each year. But with the 19, you find out what the challenges are this year.
Cool.
So as you're kind of like asking around, you find some craftsmen who have basically created these kind of spring trapdoors for the first leg, which is being run along the beach, or basically like around sand. And during the race, the plan is, and they're quite happy. They're like talking to you, like, you know, almost like, you know, like giggling schoolboys. Like, and when they start the race, they're going to release lions to pounce after the athletes to try to hinder them from finishing. So people will have to be fast and hope the lions don't get them. Don't worry though. They've been declawed and stuff, so that they're like not dangerous per se, but makes it a little bit challenging.
I could see that.
And then you find some wizards from the academy who are commissioned to basically freeze over a section of water, so that the swimming leg is entirely underwater for about 300 feet.
We may have to switch some things around.
And then climbing up the sheer cliff that they haven't monkeyed around with because nobody wants to see an athlete fall to their death. It seems like they've brought in some, again, the mages from the academy have brought in some minor elementals to heat the bed of coals, to make it a little bit more of an ordeal than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And then the harpies, they've created cages, and they have caged harpies, so the harpies aren't going to be flying around and attacking to hinder. It's a matter of stealing your mind against their song.
Okay. Good to know. And what check is that?
That is a wisdom save.
Gotcha. So that ain't going to be me.
I do have a +6 if you want to switch for the run.
Absolutely.
I should probably do the swimming because I can hold my breath for like 3 hours.
So, ball bug on the climb.
I can climb.
All right. That sounds, I think, the best we're going to get. Yeah.
Rathius, we decided, I think, that you're gonna do the dashing across coals.
Oh, what?
Yep.
In the relay, they want us to all do the relay together. And I have to swim in the frozen lake because I'm the only one who can hold their breath long enough to stay underwater.
And it was mentioned just in case you forgot that your Dragon Slayer armor does give you resistance to fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. I was just at the same time just like, uh-huh.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So we're trying to arrange everyone in the best spots and go from there.
I was going to fly up the sheer cliff for us, but I'm the only one who can hold their breath long enough to stay under the ice.
And as a siren, you're a good swimmer as well.
Yes, I am. I think I have extra swim speed or something, don't I? Can't remember. I haven't used like any of the siren abilities other than the flight.
Now's your opportunity.
Apparently. uh,
Another 2 levels, and I could have, easily done the climb with my levitate spell.
You don't have a swim speed. You have a flying speed.
okay, but I can hold my breath for up to an hour.
Yep.
Which should be enough to get through the swim.
So yes. So as you guys are kind of making your plans for this, and Deacon has been kind of asking around, trying to get some details on the relay to allow you guys to prepare a little bit better than perhaps some of the other athletes. One of those golden winged figures arrives.
Delivery bot.
And deposits the requested items upon a table.
Excellent. Vulcan got our messages back.
Yeah. So yes, so the golden shield of Vulcan has been repaired. And the mithril items that have been requested are all there as well.
Cool. Can you add those to my sheet?
Let me see if I have actually remembered to make these. I do not think I've made a mithril spear, but I can do that.
Cool.
Right. I will just edit the items that you have.
Yeah, it's probably just mutating the ones I have.
Yep.
Huh. I had no idea instant mashed potatoes were made in Canada.
So it was a spear, and what else was it in your shield?
Yeah, spear and shield.
Yeah, the shield that we recovered from the tomb.
Oh, that one's going to Sophia.
Yeah.
Because I think all of those items need to be together, and she seems to be the best wield them.
The best Titan Slayer.
Yep.
Ooh, brings your armor class up to 21.
Gross.
Yep.
That's a good beefy fighter armor class.
That was my thought. And
I'm just here to look pretty and be the voice.
I mean, the pluses are nice, but the mithril to me is that way I really don't have to worry about being encumbered.
Absolutely. So yeah, and the golden shield of Vulcan I'll throw onto Anita's sheet. But now that it is repaired, it's a golden shield with a lion engraved on its front.
Majestic.
And the basically Vulcan has sent instructions with it since it is his shield. So 3 times per day, the user can basically cause the lion to roar, basically the thunder wave spell.
Nice.
And additionally, the severed head of any medium or smaller creature can be attached by basically wedging it into the mouth. And then the user can basically gain the benefit of one of the creature's traits for up to 5 rounds.
Wow.
Anita needs to take levels in Paladin.
So, for example, like if you cut the head off a Hydra and stuck it onto the shield, then you could use the Hydra's regeneration ability for 5
Nice.
rounds, and then the head disintegrates.
Yeah, or a Gorgon.
Yeah, I
Or
was thinking Gorgon. Yeah.
Yeah, or a Gorgon, or a dragon, or the only things you can't cut the head off of like a wizard and then use their spells.
As much
Yeah.
fun as that would be.
I think Sophia might want to be interested a little smidge in Paladin at this point.
Yeah.
She can be a paladin of Varathius.
So yeah, and then the automaton will fly away.
Awesome.
Right. So then, other than that, you guys are going to the games, I believe.
Yes.
Especially now we know what tricks to look out for.
That will make things much easier for you guys.
We're looking out for trucks.
Traps.
Big trucks.
Well, for Arathius, the hot coals to be traversed have been wonderfully warmed by some fire elementals to be more warm than normal.
Ah,
Not
friends.
that I think that'll make any difference with your armor.
Fire's damage is fire damage. Just means it does more fire damage.
Yep. I've got to worry about traps in the sand. Swimming is the whole ice thing. The Harpy song is the Harpy song, and the mountain mile's normal.
I just might bolster myself with some more temporary hit points.
Dang.
Alrighty, so the Great Relay. This does require you to either have placed or gotten a medal in a previous event, or to be sponsored. So your sponsorship from Queen Valis basically gets you into the Great Relay.
Well, the other 3 of our party also have medals as well, or do we all have to have medals?
If you don't have a sponsorship, then you need to have a medal.
Okay.
And we're sponsored, so it's good.
So yeah, so you do see taking part. You do see Hatria, the Amazon, the monk that that defeated Arathius in the wrestling.
Hey, I didn't wrestle.
Sorry, I agree. Is not present. Some of the other athletes from some of the other city-states from Astoria and the like are here. So there's basically, counting you guys, there are 5 teams.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, no, there are 4 teams. 4 teams, 5 legs. All right,
Cool.
So basically, you guys are taken to the position for your particular leg of the race. And the running distances for the running legs aren't terribly long. They're like, 300 feet or so. Once selected, you must stand at the starting point of the relay. You are not allowed to start running your leg until you are tagged by the team member from the previous leg. The way this works is overall, you will earn points in each leg. Whoever has the highest point total at the end is the winner.
And we're all waiting for the hot tag, brother.
So at each leg, you can choose to go either standard or fast. Going standard gets you 1 point. Going fast is 2 points. Failing the check required for the leg is 0 points. So I will let you know that going fast obviously makes the difficulty harder, but also has other benefits. So more points and benefits, but a higher DC on the check. Make sense?
Yep.
Yep. And how can we be Bardic Inspiration for this?
The Bardic Inspiration lasts for 10 minutes. I mean, the whole thing is fairly quick, right? Like it's like 300 yards or 300 feet, 300
So
feet.
can I give out multiples at once?
You can.
All right, I will give a bardic inspiration to each of my party members.
Okay.
And Bulbug, and then that's all my 4.
Okay.
Sweet.
So everybody has 1 but me.
Alrighty. So the first leg is up. Who is doing the run, the first run?
That would be me.
All right. Would you like to go slow or would you like to go fast?
I think fast is probably a good idea.
All right.
Just kind of boot it and do whatever. So what are we rolling?
All right. So this is a DC 15 athletics check.
Okie dokie. Is there any way to get advantage on that?
If you had something like if you were raging or if you had like bear strength or something.
Darn shame no one's got bear strength available.
Darn shame he has to keep it for the harpies. If you want, I can burn it before we start. It's like an hour long.
Well, I mean, your thing is going to be wisdom based so that you don't succumb to the harpies. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, half done one, half does the other. So
Well, does it help you with the wisdom?
it does. It brings it up to advantage for me.
Yeah, he picks what he wants advantage in, basically.
Then absolutely, you keep that for yourself
'Kay.
because you're the last
Still
leg.
got
And you
my
need to win
bardic
the last leg.
inspiration.
Yeah, you still do have
Ab-
a bardic.
Absolutely.
And don't forget that because of my college, you get extra stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, so you guys get epic courage, epic foresight, and I think I'm up to epic determination. So epic determination gives you advantage on death saving throws. Epic courage gives you advantage on saving throws that would frighten you, and epic foresight means you cannot be surprised and your passive perception increases by 5. You get all of that for as long as you hold my dice.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then once you use it, it's an automatic +4.
Yeah, that passive perception boost will help you with those traps in the sand.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, off to the races. Although weirdly enough, Chris, how would action surge actually work?
It doesn't really have any application here.
Or second wind?
Second wind is more of a healing yourself. Actually, I'll say because of your action surge, if you want to burn it, you can get advantage from that.
Absolutely. Got to try to win the best we can. Alrighty, action surge is underway. So what am I rolling?
Athletics DC 15.
Okie dokie.
Oof. All right.
I am the Flash.
So yeah, as you take off running, yeah, you're just like, you're used to this kind of like charging into battle, and you kind of get into that mindset, and first one over the wall, that sort of mentality. Gonna like dig your feet into the sand, and you wait for the start signal, and it drops, and you're out of there. Um, and as you're like running down this sandy beach, you get about halfway down, and these trapdoors on each side open up, and lions pounce out at everybody. So
Ba, 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 ba,
claw attack.
ba.
So claw attack against that one. Claw attack against that one. Claw attack against that one. And then because you took fast, the pounce against you is at disadvantage.
Sweet.
So a 13, which is not nearly enough.
No.
But I think two of your people got pounced upon. So yeah. So you're just running, and like by the time the lions spring, you're already like 200. You can see the finish line by the time the trap is sprung. They weren't expecting you so fast out of the gate.
Sweet.
But
I hope those two people aren't knocked prone and eaten.
they're not eaten because the lions are semi-trained. But two of the people are knocked prone. And so they get 0 points because they don't finish the leg. They limp, and eventually
They survive it.
eventually tag on to people.
furry object.
But that gives you guys 2 points.
Sweet.
Perfect. So Deacon comes jogging up. Sophia or Helena was doing the swimming.
Yes, I am.
All right. So you're standing at the edge of this like frozen over lake bed that has been magically frozen. There is a hole cut into it.
Yeah.
And then you need to basically dive into the hole and swim underwater for 300 feet and resurface.
Okay.
It is going to be an athletics check.
Okay.
The DC will depend whether you're going fast or slow. I will give you advantage because you can hold your breath for so long.
Okay. I will go slow because my athletics is not that great.
Okay.
I'm only doing this because I can hold my breath for so long.
All right.
Can I create a lead that she can benefit from?
No, I don't have anything.
It's a points gain.
Yeah.
But you have advantage.
Yeah, you do have advantage.
That's a good use of advantage there.
That is a good use of advantage. Really glad I'm going slow.
Oh, got a decent swimmer there.
Yeah. Wouldn't because I thought two of them didn't finish the first leg.
No, the team still continues.
Yeah, the team.
Yep.
Yeah, they limp through, but they're not in any position to award any points for that first leg.
Oh, okay.
So
It's not a who finishes first race, it's a who finishes best in each leg.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So one of the two of the guys start after you, but they do finish. One of the guys though, he like gets partway there and loses his breath and gets all kind of discombobulated as to which way is up and has to kind of get fished out. So he kind of begrudgingly walks to the next thing. The first team is not doing well at all. That will bring us to Bulbug, who is climbing.
So I shiveringly pass the torch to Bulbug.
Okay. All right. Bulbug will try to climb fast. He is very athletic. So that is a DC 18 athletics check. Hmm.
Good thing.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah,
Yeah, even the Bardic Inspiration is not going to help me there.
not if you had inspiration, it would have a chance. But yeah,
Yeah.
or if you had advantage.
Does he not have advantage for anything?
No, he does not. He would have advantage if he was trying to kill a thing, but
He's a monk.
he's like he's an NPC, so he's kind of monk
Okay.
kind of fighter.
Oh wow,
Hey,
no
doesn't
one did well.
matter.
Nobody did well at the climbing.
He still did better than everybody else.
That's all that matters.
So no score changes that round. All right. The fire dash, which is going to be standard run is DC 10, fast is DC 15. The standard run will cause 2d6 fire damage. The fast will cause 0 damage.
What's the skill check?
It is athletics, unless you can convince me why it's something else.
How far of a dash is it?
It is about 100 feet.
Damn it! If it was a little bit shorter, I'd totally angle for deception and use of Misty Step.
Misty Step will still get you 30 feet, which is a third of the way.
Yeah.
I will give you advantage if you Misty Step.
Oh, I will certainly Misty Step. I was just, yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways of getting at skills in my wheelhouse. Oh, survival.
I can see survival.
Yeah, I at least have something decent in that.
Yep, I can definitely see survival.
Misty Step and Survival for the
Oh, if I
Oh.
knew we could use different scales, I would have tried for acrobatics.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah.
have the.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally gonna use my Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah. So
It's a D8.
yeah. Ooh,
Oh, 16, baby, yeah!
Nice.
perfect. So yeah, as everybody else is catching up,
Because that's Arathius's balls to the walls and goddamn my face.
so this is going to be.
I mean, if you face planted right at the end of it, that would be somehow, cool.
All right. One team does well, the other team does shit. Alrighty. So you guys actually have a fairly sizable lead. You guys have been crushing this. Probably planning ahead and getting people in optimum positions definitely work to your advantage. Which brings us to the Harpy Cages.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing we actually looked into things because otherwise I might have tried Thunderstep just to cover almost the entire distance, but that would also hinder my opponents.
Yep. So the Harpy Race is 300 feet of open beach space, along which there are 3 bronze cages, each with a harpy, who are starting to sing.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Enhanced Ability for Owl's Grace.
Okay.
You've heard this song before. You're good.
Yeah,
It's a shame we can't just put him in a cone of silence.
Yeah.
stick something in my ears.
You
That's
do it-
actually basis for advantage on the save.
Dissonant whispers.
Yep.
You don't hear anything else because you're going mad.
Yeah.
What's the Harpy song compared to Helena's drunken song?
Fast, Chris.
Fast. Okay. DC 15 athletics.
Oh, it's an athletic. Oh, because you're run.
Yeah, you can still rage too.
I'm gonna get hit. Oh, can I? Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Angry Minotaur coming through.
So advantage.
Good thing it's a centaur, though.
True, it was.
Thank God for advantage and your
Yeah.
bonus from Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration, which gives you Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
high
there
you
five
go.
fighting.
Boom, another landed one. Baby.
So now you do need to make 3 DC 11 Wisdom saving throws.
All right, those I also have advantage on because of my Owl's Grace.
Yeah.
Just enough? Question mark.
It was DC 11, so
Yeah.
the second check, it's like you used it on the first one, you didn't on the second one, it didn't matter on the third one.
All right. So yeah, you guys. I mean, at the end of it, there's some puffing and
Helena is still shivering.
Oh, by that time I've draped a warm blanket around you and
Yeah.
tried to suck the cold out of you and give you heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably already jogged to the finish line.
So yeah, and the other teams do finish as well. But,
Rathius pockets a couple
finished.
coals for Helena's sake.
Thank you.
but as you finish, and as each team finishes, there is a tremendous amount of enthusiasm for all of the competitors. Obviously, they cheer loudest for you guys for coming in first. The other teams they're behind you, but not by a whole lot. And then suddenly there's like a thunder noise from the stands, and everybody kind of gets to their feet and points up at the sky. And you can see kind of spiraling down from the sky a huge silver dragon.
Oh, son of a bitch.
On its back, there's like a crowned figure cloaked all in red, and the crowd is cheering like, "It's the king! The king! The king has come to honor the victors!"
Or eat it.
Crunchy and good with ketchup.
I start singing a calming melody to keep Arathius from just outright killing the dragon.
Yeah, because Helena sees Arathius start to summon his bonded weapon.
She starts singing as quickly as she can, just to calm him down.
I don't know which I want to kill more, though, the dragon or the king.
Yeah, we can't really kill either right now, so
Yeah.
think happy thoughts.
Kill the dragon. Kill the dragon.
Kitty, pretty kitty, little ball of fur.
So the dragon lands, kind of touches down in the center of the Colosseum. The king dismounts with a flourish, kind of like waving to the crowd, like this huge smile on his face. You can tell that he's definitely in his element with this kind of grandstanding.
Yes. Steal the moment.
Dude, I am cold and
Yeah.
sober.
And in one hand he has like a handful of medals, and in the other he's got a laurel crown. And as he walks towards the kind of the assembled athletes and kind of mounts a small platform that is brought out, it's like kind of turns to the crowd. He's like, "My dear people, has this not been the most exciting contest in living memory? It's my pleasure to continue sponsoring these events, even in the darkest of days. I believe even the gods themselves are watching and smiling upon us. I offer my sincerest congratulations to these fine men and women, the greatest athletes in all of the land." He kind of gestures to you guys. You guys are close enough. You can tell that he's doing this because he has to, but he's doing this because it draws attention to him.
He's a phony.
But the crowd does like erupt into like thunderous approval, and hundreds of flowers are kind of thrown into the arena as he hands out the medals to each of you. So each person on the winning team gets a mithril medal. And then to Deacon, actually, he offers the laurel with
crowd.
I take a knee.
So, it has been a long time since a singular athlete has won as many accolades. So,
Thank you, Lord.
congratulations. And then you can see Valis kind of approaching. She wasn't with the king, but she
Funny that.
approaches from the stands. Kind of
On her way over, I'll lean in towards the king. Go. So, what are you gonna do now that the enforced pleasantries are over and you don't have to be here?
I plan to leave. But
I wink to Helena.
but Valis will basically kind of motion to kind of get his ear and whispers to him. So, oh, lovely. It is my understanding that one of our fine athletes is an accomplished bard and would like to celebrate.
Yes. I'm assuming you want to perform.
Yes. This is,
Yeah, for your Ballad of the Gods.
Any way you can get like an advantage for this?
One sec, technical difficulties.
Oh, technicals. In the meantime,
Give her advantage. I'll use my spells to give her a light show.
Cool.
I will cast guidance.
Can I get some kind of advantage? Because I've been like singing this nonstop for the last 3 days.
Practicing your ass off.
Yeah.
no, but the DC will be lower because some people have heard the song.
Okay, cool.
But you do have guidance as well.
Oh wow!
And a D4 on top of that if you want.
Sure, I will add another D4.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, there it is.
25. That's a solid number.
That is a
Yeah.
solid 25 is a really great number.
Gods are gonna love this.
It's a number 1 hit, man.
Well, you probably, after you go through it once, then you have the whole place singing for you for second time.
Yeah.
And you hear in the background, play that one song.
So as Helena starts to is it a song or is it an epic poem?
It is a song?
Okay. So as she starts to sing this song, and you guys have heard snippets of it here and there as she's been kind of practicing it and kind of, doodling away on it. As it starts to catch on, and you can see some people kind of nodding their heads as it's talking about, how the gods were there for the people during the dark days, and how they banded together against the Titans during the war, and kind of bringing the whole history of things into it. You can see the king realizes that
This was a giant mistake on his part.
yeah, and he kind of like looks at the queen, and she's just kind of smiling and kind of like nodding her head in time to the music.
I have the widest shit-eating grin on my face if he looks towards the heroes.
Yeah. And he doesn't. He's just kind of like shooting daggers.
Helena doesn't notice she's rocking out in her element, full performance mode.
Yeah. And especially
I walk over and I put the garland wreath on her head.
Yeah.
and yeah, with that, Acastus basically he does let you kind of finish the song before he leaves, but then
He doesn't have a choice now.
because he doesn't have a choice. But when the crowd starts asking for an encore, and it starts kind of catching on, he gets on the dragon and flies away, and there is like a momentary like everybody's like, "Ooh," because dragon. But he's definitely been upstaged, and he's.
But what a great way to launch the encore!
And that's really all I ever wanted
start
was to
singing.
upstage a king.
So he does not seem terribly enthused.
You smell that? That's someone getting their just rewards.
Yes, it is.
Karma.
But during the encore, Valis will make her way over to Deacon and Arathius and Agri and say, like, if you're going to go for the ship, you should do so sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah, I believe we planned on today being our last day here for a while.
He will not take this sort of slight lightly.
I also just put it in the chat.
Perfect. But with the crowd kind of joining in on Helena's song, and you can feel like a small little trickle of power starting to flow back into the gods. That
We are the world.
Seems like a convenient place to end it.
Hopefully it gets stuck in everybody's head for months.
We are the world. We are the children.
Just keep it under like 15 seconds so we don't have to pay royalties. Yeah. But you guys now have a sizable stash of mithril and adamantine, depending on what you want to do with the metals.
Nice.
Everybody gets 2,700 XP for not only competing in but winning the games and showing up the king.
Yes. I love
And
showing up kings.
And I got the hat trick. I have 1 medal of every color.
Oh, nice. And the laurel wreath, whoever wants to keep it, it is actually enchanted.
Enchanted with what?
It gives a +2 on wisdom saving throws.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
It cannot be
Fancy.
worn with the headband of intellect.
Yeah, I was going to say, I already have a head slot anyway.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also have a
I am-
+4 wisdom save compared to some of our friends.
Yeah.
Right. What is my wisdom? Yeah, my wisdom's not that great. I've got no pluses in wisdom, but it was originally Deacon, so I'll happily give it back.
I will thank you.
It was just an awesome power move for you to just place it on Helena's head mid-performance.
Yes,
Absolutely.
the king is very not impressed.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
We did our job.
There you go.
pretty much.
Hey, I score that as another win.
Who doesn't like a little sedition?
Yeah. And I'm hoping that little bop will be stuck in people's head for months.
Bop, bop, ba-dee, boop, boop,
Earworm.
There we go.
boop, the
Oh, I
snoop,
wish I had
ba-doop,
that spell. Because if I had that spell, I would have used it. I don't have that spell yet.
All right.
Something to work with.
For sure. But yes, realizing that the king of Mitros is probably not going to take this laying down, and he's definitely of the sort that would hire assassins or thugs.
Yeah.
So yes, you get a chance to celebrate your victories, and you kind of spend the night out on the town with the people and everything. But you also realize that making yourself scarce sooner rather than later is probably a good idea.
I'm used to being chased by assassins for a good portion of a campaign, but that was playing Sulfurwinter.
So as we leave town, I assume we just give I lost his name again.
Bulbug.
Allbug his medal and give him the opportunity to go on his way if he chooses.
It's like now that I'm free, I'm going to see what I can do to help some of the others, but I'll be here in town should you need me.
Do you understand Common? Like, can you read it?
I've been teaching him.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I won't sign anything else.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure, because if you knew how to read and write Common, that could also help your brethren a lot, because I imagine most of them cannot.
Unfortunately, not currently, but perhaps I will seek out this Lady of Coins and
Yes.
Oh, we can put you in touch before we leave. I mean, we still have... He's not going to immediately jump us, but we do have to leave before he has the chance to put things in motion. Plus, we have to touch base with her anyway, because we're going to the Isle.
Oh yeah, we have to take her with us.
And the
find
thing
them.
to remember,
Well, her
is,
army.
thing to remember too is that the metal that you have, if you choose to turn it to coin, is worth about 1,000 plectrum.
that is a sizable amount.
Exactly. Enough to start over.
Enough to start over and take some of your brethren with you.
Bingo.
Well, thank you, and should you need anything from me, do not hesitate to ask.
Oh,
We
don't
may-
worry. We'll be fine.
In the future.
We don't forget our
This-
friends, but we don't put anything onerous on them either.
Yes.
And then he will kind of like walk back, and as he does, he's kind of like humming the little tune.
Excellent.
Oh, man,
Keeps
I
him
ne-
singing it for days.
I never showed Bulbug the horn I have from the Centaur tribe. Oh, well.
All right, but yes, so we will call it there.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Night,
Have a
folks.
good
Right.
evening.
See you
Have
soon.
a good time. You're going to add the XP to us?
Yeah, I'll add the XP on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night, folks.
You too.
Be well.